New Trump poll shows Donald Trump is positively, absolutely crushing it. Crushing it. This is a Democrat pollster that released this out of Harvard Harris. And these numbers are fantastic. Check this out. So 52% of people approve of Donald Trump. That's huge. Okay, that is absolutely huge. 58% think he's doing a better job than Joe Biden. 81% approve of deportation of illegals who have committed crimes. Oh gosh, even Whoopi Goldberg said, well, how can you dispute that? I mean, the only one that seems to be disputing that would be, I guess, AOC. AOC, and well, the other one would be Ilhan Omar that we were just talking about, of course, right? Mick Bradley, thank you for the generosity. I hope I'm first in breaking news. We certainly try to be. A 76% approve of DOJ eliminating waste. They wanted God, fraud, and abuse. And then, let me move my logo here, 68% approve of declaring that there are two genders, male and female. Gosh, I would have kind of thought that would have been more like 80 some odd percent. It's a little surprising to me that that's only 68%. But here's the headline, right? 58% say he's doing a better job than Joe Biden, a way better job. So his approval ratings are soaring. Everything that the Democrats are trying to do is basically getting shot down by the public. The public likes what Donald Trump is doing. They put him in there for a reason. And so when you go on TV and you say crazy things like that one Jasmine Crockett out of Texas, Leslie, I'm sorry, I know you're from Texas. You know, I'm sorry. I guess you get a lot of gerrymandering that's happened down there in the districts, and you get people like this that get in there, God knows why. But Jasmine Crockett is trying to say that Donald Trump is an enemy of the people. And it's like, hey, Jasmine, check out this poll. Because what this shows you is that the people are with Donald Trump and they love what he's doing, all of what he's doing. So I think you better give this one up.
So unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House. And as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States. He swore an oath just like the rest of us. But right now, when you are literally putting us at risk, all because of what? Because you want to convince your followers that you should be a dictator too, that you should never leave the White House because you don't believe that elections should take place. I don't really understand what is going on, and I don't know what it's going to take to get people to wake up.
Okay, so the president is the enemy. Okay, Jasmine, let me just show you this again. 52% of the country, they approve. 58% say he's doing better than Biden. 81% actually approve of the deportation of illegals. 76% approve of DOJ eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. And 68% approve of declaring that there are only two genders, male and female. And this is a Democrat pollster. So guys, like you're out of cards. It's like you're Zelensky, all right? Like you guys have lost in a massive, epic way. And this poll proves it. So much so that now CNN is being forced to admit that, you know what? Trump's doing well. Not just because of the Harvard Harris poll, but another one out of CBS YouGov showing that the public likes what Donald Trump is saying and doing on Ukraine. Not to mention, my sources tell me they've got a deal. And it is going to be announced tonight. We're going to get to that in a second. But here, check this out. CNN having to eat their own words. You can, I mean, like the guy who's delivering the news, he's pretty decent, and I think he's pretty fair. But you can just feel the anchor's animosity towards him as he's delivering this very good news for Donald Trump. Take a peek.
Well, I think the easiest way we can kind of just ask this is, do Americans like the way that Trump's handling his job and compare it to how they felt about Joe Biden? So this is the net approval rating. You look at Joe Biden back in 2024, he was 22 points underwater. Holy cow. You look at Donald Trump, it's just a different planet entirely. I mean, the gulf between these two is wider than the Gulf of America or Mexico, depending on which side of the aisle you stand on. He's at +2. So look, at this particular point, Americans are giving Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt. He's doing considerably better than Joe Biden was doing on the handling of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And so on this simple question, I think Americans are saying, okay, Donald Trump's doing all right on this.
What about specifically on how they feel about bringing the war to an end.
Yeah, okay. So, look, questions on this can be quite complicated, but I think this kind of gets at sort of where the American trend line is. Americans on the Russia-Ukraine war want a quicker end of the war, but Russia keeps its captured land. Look at this, 50%. Bare majority coming in here. Support Ukraine's right to fight, even if it means a longer war. That's at 48. This is very, very close. But the trend line on this question is so important because that want a quick end of the war, look at this. You go back to August of 2022, it was at 31%. Now we're at 50%. I mean, that is a rocket ship upwards in terms of the Americans who want a quick end to the war, even if it means Russia keeps the captured Ukraine land. Americans are moving closer and closer to wanting a compromise, even if it means that Ukraine doesn't really get what it set out to want, at least at the beginning of this war.
I mean, it's sort of incredible, right? And now we're hearing, guys, that Trump and Zelensky may have reached a deal. This just coming to us right now. This is breaking. Let me get it on the screen. Trump and Zelensky reportedly have reached a deal on the mineral rights. So maybe it just took a little bit of tough talk, because don't forget, Zelensky was kind of fired up in all the wrong ways in the Oval Office just recently. You know the drill. I mean, this is one of the most spectacular moments when it's like dad was sitting him down and saying, hey, kid, you know what? We're done. Mom and dad, we're cutting you off. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, I was here with you 24 hours ago, just yesterday, and he cut him off. We had the news in real time as he said he was pausing all aid to Ukraine. Well, what do you know? That gets Zelensky back to the table pretty fast. Apology in hand.
Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
Well, America was okay with that, believe it or not. Again, according to the newest CBS News YouGov poll, Americans responded positively to that. So I don't know what the Democrats are going to do now.